Welcome back, welcome back, and welcome back. Today, Gigi's going to be making her peach cobbler egg rolls. Yes, and it doesn't matter that it's vegan. That does not matter. These are just the ones they had in the store. They're the same. Work just fine. Okay, we're going to use some nutmeg, some ground ginger, some allspice, some ground cinnamon. We're going to use some vanilla extract, vegetable oil. We're going to use some water, cornstarch. I'll be using canned peaches. I prefer to use canned peaches for this dish. You can use fresh. It's completely up to you. Brown sugar, some butter. We're going to need a little bit of lemon juice. We're going to need some milk, whole milk, but use whatever kind you prefer to use. We're going to need some vanilla bean paste. That is salt. We're going to need the egg roll wraps and powdered sugar. Here is your shot of everything we'll be using to make this absolutely delicious egg roll. I'll be back. All right, I've drained the peaches. I didn't rinse them, but I'm going to make my own juices, okay? So I'm just going to take a knife, just a butter knife, and I'm just going to cut these peaches up a little bit more because I need them cut up just a little bit more. And we're going to still cook these peaches. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to take my knife and just run it through them and just break them up. That's all I'm doing. Okay, just break them up a little bit more. I want the pieces to be a little bit more on the bite size. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to break them up a little bit more. Can't see in the bowl. I see. There we go. I'm just going to break these peaches up just a little bit more. Nico's behaving himself. Can you hear it? Okay, let me see what he's barking at. Probably somebody at the door. I'll be right back. Okay, that's the way you want your peaches chopped up. That's the way I'm chopping up mine. It's no science to this. Chop them up any way you want to, okay? All right, we're getting ready to put these in a saucepan because we're going to cook them. I'll be right back. All right, so we've got these peaches in that saucepan. Like I said, you can cut them up any way you want. We drained the juice because I am going to want to add my own flavors in there. So we need about a tablespoon of lemon juice in here. So I'm just going to go ahead and squeeze that in there. About a tablespoon is all you need. All right. Then we're going to go ahead and go in with about 2 tablespoons of butter. All right. Then we're going to go ahead and put in, I'm trying to wipe off my hands. I still got lemon juice on them. We're going to put in some of this brown sugar. And we need about a half a cup of brown sugar. All right. And the best way for me to tell you how to make this would be to season it up the way you would do your peach cobbler. If there's a certain way that you like your peach cobbler to be, the flavors and all that, that's what you do. That's the best way to just tell you how to make it up and make it up good. Okay, let me zip up this bag. You know I don't want my sugar to get hard. Okay, so then after we put that in, we're going to go ahead and go in with some of this cornstarch, which is going to be our thickening agent. And we're going to need about 4 tablespoons of that. All right. Put a little bit more. That's about 4 tablespoons, give or take. And then we're going to go ahead and put in the cinnamon. And we need about a half a teaspoon of cinnamon. But that's all you really need. But I'm going to put in about a tablespoon. All right. And then we're going to bring this beautifulness that we got going on here to a boil. And that cornstarch is going to thicken it up just right for us. So we're going to bring this to a boil and then we're going to let it simmer for a little bit, okay? So that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to let this come to a boil. It's going to take about 3 minutes or so. So when I get to that point, that peach could be broken up a little bit more. I'm going to come back. 3 minutes. I'll be back. One other thing, I am going to go ahead and go in with my ginger now. And I'm going to put in, let me just take this thing off. I'm going to put in, I'd say, about half of a tablespoon. Maybe about a tablespoon. Eyeballing it. I'm going to put in about a teaspoon, about 2 teaspoons of nutmeg. And a little bit of this allspice. About half a tablespoon on that. And we're going to get those juices to flowing. I was going to put it in after it boiled, but I'm just going to go ahead and let it all boil together. All right? So 3 minutes. I'll be back. All right. We've got to let this cool now. I let it cook for 3 minutes. Now we got to let it cool. All right? But I'm going to also put in, hold on. At this point, I'm going to go ahead and put in, you only need about a teaspoon, but I'm going to put about a tablespoon just because I love the flavor of vanilla. And we're going to stir that up. And then, like I said, we're going to let this cool. I'm going to go ahead and put this whole pan in the refrigerator for about 10 to 15 minutes, all right? Make sure you use an oven mitt if you choose to do it like that. 10 to 15 minutes, and I'll be back. All right, our little filling is cooled down. We're going to put about 2 tablespoons of, about, in each one of these egg rolls. I'm going to go across the sides. I'm just using water. You need to make sure you get all those sides good and moist. You could use a brush if you want to. I'm just going to use my fingers. Then you just take it, you fold it over. Make sure you fold in those ends. You can absolutely feel these more. Nothing wrong with that. And roll them up. Okay? And then there's your egg roll. I'm going to do this several times. I'm going to do a couple more for you on camera. And I'm going to finish the rest of them off camera. And like I said, you can absolutely fill these up some more. You don't have to put just 2 tablespoons in it, but you need to put at least that in there. All right? Get that water on all those sides. Do it before you fold. Makes life easier. Come over. Make sure you fold in those ends first. Should have got me a paper towel. Roll it on up. And there you've got your egg roll. All right? I'm going to do one more. And like I said, you can fill these up as much as you want. Just don't fill it up too much where you can't close it. I'm going to do this one big and juicy. You want to make sure you can close it up. Because you don't want is all the goodness to come out. We want that to stay in that there egg roll. Yes, we do. Fold that baby over. Make sure you fold those ends in. Make sure you get those ends. Those ends are very important. And then just roll it up. Easy peasy. All right? All right, I'm going to finish these up off camera, and then I've got my grease heating up. You want it to be at least 350 degrees, okay? I'll be back. All right, my grease is still heating up. I figured I'd go ahead and get started on our dipping sauce for this. This is yummy, yummy, yummy. So what I've got in here is, how much did I put in here? I put in 3/4 a cup of powdered sugar. That's what it was. And then we're going to put in about, I'd say maybe a teaspoon. And I do mean a teaspoon of the vanilla paste. Okay, or maybe a little more. And then we're going to put in some milk. I'm going to start with about 2 tablespoons. And we're just going to mix all this together. May need a total of 3. But we're just going to mix it and see what it looks like. And this is going to be our dipping sauce. So if when you're tasting your egg rolls and they don't appear to be sweet enough to you, remember they do have a dipping sauce and it will be sweet as well. All right? And then there it is. I didn't need that other ounce. You just never know. And you can absolutely make more of this. Just double the batch. This is perfect for your icing for your cinnamon rolls too. Or cake. And that is done. Yum, yum, and yum. I'm going to put this in the refrigerator and let it wait for us. I'll be back. All right, we're going to drop them in. Drop them in slowly. And then just let it go. Do not crowd the pan. Make sure that it's good and hot. See that bubbly action? Put it in there nice and slow. Don't drop it. We're not going to crowd this pan. All right, I'm going to put one more in there. And then that's it. Move him over a little bit. And that's it. All they need is 4 to 5 minutes. All right, I'll be back. All right, she is done. She's been dusted with a little powdered sugar. There's the dipping sauce, berries for pretty. And then we've got ice cream. Peach cobbler egg rolls. That's what we just did. Things made easy with Gigi all day, every day. Everybody be blessed and stay safe. You'll get to see Gigi on the next one. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Take care, you guys.